This is Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY. It's sponsored by Independent Bank and Katy Huckle, my co-host, here with me. And it is July 30th.
Yes.
We are getting ready to wrap up July, and we are going to have a fabulous event in downtown Cadillac today. And here to talk about it is our friend Kelly Hondorp from the After 26 Depot Cafe.
Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
Tell us all about what's going on.
Well, we are ready for our 8th annual Depot Music Festival. It will be kickoff for the music starts at 3 o'clock. I will be on stage with none other than Rich Spicer at about 2:45 p.m. He's going to co-MC with me this year, which will be wonderful.
Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
Can you make him sing?
Does he sing?
Well, no, but I mean, wouldn't that be fun for the group to see?
Yeah.
It's about entertainment, Kelly. Work with me.
They aren't there to see me.
Yeah, as Rich is shaking his head, I don't believe that's in the script, Rich. You're welcome.
Put him on the spot. Put him on. No, okay.
But yeah, so it's going to be a wonderful day. Music will start at 3 o'clock. We have so many wonderful things lined up, from almost 70 vendors in the city park this year. The
Incredible.
Crafters for a Cause, Heather and Laura, have done a phenomenal job bringing people in, crafters and independent business owners. So we're super excited about that. All of the proceeds, all of the booth rental fees actually come right back to the After 26 project. So that's phenomenal.
I do have to say that Heather and Laura have been doing these craft shows throughout the summer.
Yes.
And have designated a different charitable cause for each one of them.
Yes.
So hats off to them, and way to go for tying in with this one today.
Absolutely. They actually had July 30th off as on their calendar, and I said, no, please, please do this for us. So they knocked it out of the park. Literally. Also super excited this year. I do not have to provide the food because we have our wonderful friends, Kevin from Chico's and Jason from Primo's.
Delish.
They are going to have food trucks this year, so a little pressure off from me and off from my staff as well to do food, and they are donating proceeds back to the After 26. So talk about talk. You're full of it today.
I know. I'm on fire. But I will tell you something, Kelly. Just recently, I had lunch at Primo's Barbecue. And I think one of the reasons you're excited about Primo's and Chico's is because it's quality food.
Absolutely.
It's like comfort food. Like, where do you want to go? You can never go wrong with picking either one of those places.
That's right. And the After 26, of course.
Of course. But you're a foodie too, and you're
Yes.
particular about food at your event, and this must just make you feel like, they got it.
Oh my
they
goodness.
Got it.
So much pressure off for me. And, Jason and Kevin and the whole crew at both of their locations, they're just wonderful, wonderful people. And
They're community-minded.
They're extremely community-minded, and it just goes to show with them donating back their proceeds. We also have Silent Observer going to be there this year with ice cream novelties. So we're really excited to have them there to bring awareness to their campaign and for everything that they also do for the community. So excited about that. We have our silent auction going on online right now. Over 120 items. We are, just super ecstatic. The community has been phenomenal with the generosity of donations. Just not only, obviously, we have our cash sponsors, which we'll get into, but items that everybody wants. So we actually had somebody donate a puppy. And
way. What kind of a puppy?
So we have a black male Labradoodle. Midge Nixon from Remax Central donated one of her puppies. She just had a litter, 9 weeks ago. And so excited about that. They're just wonderful. So maybe she'll even have those at the park. But yeah, that's one of the many, many things that we have available, anywhere from Katy Huckle's cake to golf. Okay. We have lodging. There's just numbers, just so many things that are on our silent auction. We'll have items that will be available in person for a raffle. We sell our merchandise there. I mean, just, it's going to be a day packed of fun, a day packed all for a great cause. And obviously we're going to have some wonderful performances as well. So
Okay, let's hear about that. The performers.
Yes.
Who's on deck besides
So-
Rich and his song?
right.
Joking.
Well, and Rich, I'm a little sad because we actually do sing at the end, and it's my understanding you won't be there, but at that time,
Well, before the last act.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I informed Kelly that I have a prior commitment, which is going to prevent me from being there for about an hour and a half. See, I have to run audio for the 6 p.m. newscast on 9 and 10 that day.
Oh my
So I'm going to run over.
He's a multitasker.
I'm going to run
He is.
across town, do that, and then head back to the show.
Of course
So-
you are. Of course you are.
So yeah, we're gonna take him while we can get him. But
Good.
starting off our lineup at 3:00, we have Late March. They are a returning group. It's actually, I think it's a trio of teachers in the area, and they're going to just be playing their music. It's wonderful. It's I'm trying to think, John March, Chad Phillips, Aaron Schaub. So some very familiar names in the community, again donating back. Everybody knows Adam Joint. He's once again
Yes.
going to be there with his wonderful vocals, and he's going to be putting on a good show again this year.
He's been there almost every year, hasn't
Almost every year. Yeah.
Talented man.
Yeah, and he's such a great supporter of the After 26, so we definitely appreciate Adam. We have the Landing Dance Academy once again returning, so really excited for them. They always bring such a wonderful crowd, all of the dance parents, and grandparents. So we're excited to have them. Once Upon a Bison is returning this year, so they're going to be their musical talents once again. And then who do we have after that? Sorry, I'm flipping through all my stuff
I'm just
here.
thinking about, as you find that, I'm thinking about 70 vendors. I mean,
Oh, I know.
is it everything from pottery to paintings to lawn art to all of it?
Everything. I mean, Heather, one of the organizers, she makes flowers out of apples.
No
Yeah, it's
kidding.
like Heather's apple flowers. So, I mean, it's just all of these people who have all wonderful crafty notions and novelties. It's just wonderful. So
It's a gift.
It really is.
I wish I could do that kind of stuff, Rich. These craftings and quiltings and paintings and
I think you're perfectly okay with your cakes.
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you. But you walk by thank you. I walk by the booths though and I think, okay, this is unique.
Yeah.
So this is, because think about what Amazon's done, Kelly. This is something I could put in a home that nobody else will have. And it was the person that made it had a vision and made one of the, you know what I mean? It's special.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's, as Rich mentioned earlier, they do this every Saturday. And I always try after I get out of work to walk over and, 9 times out of 10, I come home with something that I thought I had to have.
Yes. Right.
But-
and jewelry too. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, lots of beautiful jewelry. But yeah, our last 2 acts, Wink and Dre. So Chris Winkleman, he's phenomenal.
It's another fellow who's been there a lot of years.
Yes, he has. And his son Dre, he rocks it out on air guitar, and we just love Dre. And it's just such a wonderful, wonderful duo. And he might be bringing his entire band this year, but I'm not sure. And then our headliner this year is someone new. And I think that the radio commercials have highlighted him very, very well, Tyler Roy. So he's an up-and-coming country artist. He's traveled all over and toured numerous locations. I know he's been everywhere, Nashville to Florida to you name it. So
How exciting.
really, really excited to have him. And we have such a wide variety of music and just a wide variety of everything you could possibly want, all right there.
It's Americana, it feels like.
When you cast out your net for artists every year, Kelly, how do you determine who's going to be on the bill? every year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Dave Gaunt, a former board member, used to do all of that. And
He's a musician himself, so
he
yeah.
is, and he's such a wonderful person who has done great things for this community. When he stepped away, it fell onto someone else's lap, and then this year somehow it kind of ended up in my lap. So I was really fortunate that some of our returning acts, they look forward to this every year, and they asked to return. And we actually had to make a spot for somebody who we didn't have a spot for because they said, please let us play. This is our favorite concert of the year. But other than that, I found Tyler, I believe he was on the 4, and I knew he was somewhat local. And so I thought, you know what, this is someone different. We'll bring them in. And so we do get people who contact us on a regular basis asking if they could play. So we try to make a variety and mix it up a little bit, but we always have our community standbys. We always have our go-tos and, the Adam Joints of the world that we always love to have there.
Yep.
I think this is the first time I think you've had a country headliner. I think.
Well, I was thinking about that. This is my 5th Depot Music Fest, and I think you might be right. Yeah. I mean, we've had 1,000 Watt Prophets. I know they brought a big group in at one time before I was there, and I'm not even sure what kind of music they played, but yeah.
Let me tell you what I think you've got. Momentum. You've got bands asking to be a part of it. You've got 70 vendors. You've got quality food trucks. It just feels like you've got synergy.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Well, and there have been discussions about, do we continue to do this? And although I know my board may disagree, and sometimes we do disagree.
That's healthy.
I just said, you know what? This has become such a community thing. I realize it's a lot of hard work. It's so much work. But we don't do it just for us, although really it's a great event to highlight who we are and what we do. We like to bring awareness to people who maybe don't necessarily find the time to come into the restaurant, but it has just become such a feel-good community event that brings everyone together. And we even did it in 2020 when everyone thought maybe we shouldn't. We did it, and it was great. And we continue to have best years ever. And our 8th annual.
So 8 years in this, and to scrap it and to start with something brand new would be really high, would almost be harder than continuing to run it as it is, don't you think, Katy?
Well, and to find something equally as popular. See, it would constantly be compared to this, because this has become, again, momentum. Yeah. This has become kind of a flagship thing for summer. When you got musicians saying, let me pause and interrupt my summer so that I can come and perform in Cadillac, you got a winner.
Yeah.
You got a winner. You said something important. Who we are and what we do. Yes. So let's talk about who we are and what we do.
Yeah. So the After 26 is a nonprofit restaurant. We're 501c3, and we employ adults with special needs. The significance of the name After 26 is because in the state of Michigan, at the age of 26, adults with special needs, they graduate, or ultimately they age out of public school. So there are unfortunately not a lot of opportunities for those individuals. And so a group of individuals, retired ISD teachers, parents of individuals with special needs got together and they formed the After 26. So we are what those individuals with special needs do after the age of 26. And it really is about focusing on this population's abilities as opposed to their disabilities.
Ooh, that is so good. Because I've been there, and it's really a cool place.
Yeah, it really is it's a heartwarming place. I use the catchphrase, you leave not only with a full stomach, but a full heart. It's all about providing meaningful employment to these individuals that typically wouldn't go out into the workforce, who typically don't have a lot of opportunities outside of school. It helps them continue their social skills.
Yes.
And it really gets them recognized in the community. One thing we're going to do this year, and something that we highlighted earlier this year through Cadillac News and also through TV 9 and 10's The 4, we had a really monumental success story. And it's Anthony McKean is a former project worker. He has done exactly what our mission is. He's gone out into the community. He's obtained full-time employment at a minimum wage pay or higher. So we're going to have him come on stage on Saturday or today, hopefully, if I'm assuming his mother got my message. So he'll be here, and we're going to award him with fulfilling our mission.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
Goosebumps right there.
I know. And, unfortunately, it doesn't happen real often because a lot of these individuals, they're very comfortable where they are at the after 26, and that's okay.
Right.
We never say you can't work here anymore.
Right.
In fact, I would be heartbroken if a lot of them left. But Anthony overcame his obstacles that life threw at him, and he became this individual who had this willingness to succeed and move forward, and he's doing a great job, and we're super, super proud of him. So we're going to highlight that today.
Kelly, you told a story when we had you on before, when you shut down during COVID, of your team calling you, when can we come back to work?
Yeah.
So some people are like, when they got shut down, I'm coasting and I'm eating Twinkies on the sofa. It was the opposite with some of these folks. They were like, can I please come back? Because they love what they do so much.
I mean, it really is just, it was very inspiring when there were other employees maybe who did not want to come back, to get those phone calls, those messages, and say, we really want to just be there. And I tell you that it's been such an eye-opener. These individuals come in, they have a smile on their face. They'll give you a hug most of the time because they're just so happy to see you.
Wonderful.
They're there one day a week, 2 hours, and it is their highlight of the entire week. They look forward to being able to have that purpose.
Yes.
And it's just, it really, and I used to joke about it, and I'll say it again. Sometimes I say I wish all of my employees were project workers. Now, I will say I have a phenomenal team. My cooks, my servers, my job coaches, I couldn't do it without them. They're all wonderful. But my project workers, oh man, they keep me going. It's like they know when you're having a bad day and they want to give you a hug, or, it's just real world problems when they fight over who's going to clean the bathroom, So it
gives you perspective.
It
doesn't
really
it?
does.
Yeah.
It really does. So it's really changed my life.
And that leads me into this question. So when you came into this job, you had a lot of experience in this industry. What is the most rewarding part, and what is the most challenging part of this job?
Okay. So yes, I had a restaurant background, never had worked with special needs before. So many rewarding parts of it. So many. Just from the project workers and seeing exactly what their abilities are, to finding out what a giving community Cadillac is. I've met so many outstanding people by being a part of the After 26 project that, I've only been here 5 years, and I feel like it's my hometown. This is where I live. I love Cadillac. So it's the After 26 really has there's so many good things about it. Challenges, I would just say any restaurant right now we're all facing major challenges. We, got through COVID, thankfully. In fact, we had a customer come in today and said, every year I stop here, and every year I'm so glad you're still here. And, to that I say, me too. And thank you,
right.
and see you next year.
Yes.
But, the restaurant industry, we made it through COVID, but we just continue to struggle. There's so many obstacles, and I'm thankful that people continue to support us. Again, there's that giving community, that's giving hearts, people who understand and appreciate what we do. But yeah, the challenge is it's just a restaurant, a restaurant challenge.
Everything costs, food costs.
Everything's gone up.
Yes.
Right.
And if we can even get it.
Right.
You know, there's...
My girlfriend stopped at a fast food restaurant and asked for something we've all eaten.
Yeah.
And they were out of that. I mean, it's not as serious as being out of formula, okay?
Right.
But I remember thinking, where are we right now?
Right.
Like, this is crazy. Right. We've never, in our lifetimes, because we're all about the same age, we've never seen anything like this.
No. And we're extremely fortunate. We just had 2 back-to-back best weeks ever.
Yay.
So even
Good
through
job.
the challenges, I mean, we still have so many rewards. And, you know, our food cost is ridiculous and our labor cost is ridiculous, but we're here. We're providing jobs. We're doing good things for the community. We're doing good things for these individuals. So all in all, it's a win. It's a win.
It's a winner right here.
Well, thanks.
Isn't it?
So what other, I know this is like the major fundraiser for the
Yes.
year for you guys, but what other things do you do during the year can people help with besides just coming and eating it after 26?
Yeah, absolutely. Eating and dining at the restaurant is always going to be first and foremost the most important thing, because you're going to actually see what we do and why we're there. But we accept donations all the time. Like you had mentioned, this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We also do an end of the year fundraiser where people can send money in for that as well. We have retail items, lots of t-shirts, hats. We sell a ton of insulated mugs. I mean, I keep creative embroidery busy.
I love those guys.
I do too.
They're awesome.
But yeah, there's numerous ways to support us. We have unfortunately, our Facebook page has been down for a while, but we have our website, after26project.org. Lots of information on there, lots of ways to find a way to support us. We have bricks that you can buy on the way into the restaurant. I mean, you name it, we've got it. We can advertise a business on a TV. There's lots of different ways that the board is very creative. Again, there's that Dave Gaunt, he came up with so many great ways, as did all of the board, and ways to support us. So
well, I get people stopping by from your board and phone calls from your board about they want this, and I love it. I love it. And again, it goes back to being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Sure.
See, even going there and supporting. And I think it's important, take your grandchildren and your little kids there too, if they've never been in a situation like that. It's that, I don't know, human touch, if you will.
Yeah, right.
Something
right.
bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
That's why people buy all your merch, is
Yes.
because they're like, this is awesome what's happening, and I want to be a part of it somehow.
Right.
And so walking around with a mug or a hat or whatever is, hats off, Kelly, we're endorsing you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Small world story. I was in Florida coming home from a vacation, and of course, this was when we still had to wear masks. And of course, we had after 26 masks. And one lady stopped me and she said, "Oh my gosh, I eat at a restaurant all the time."
Oh, wow.
And it was just one of those, I mean, there were hundreds of people at this airport. It was just amazing. So yeah, it's great.
You touched on this just a little bit, but with the big show coming up today, I know that online auction is going to be finishing up sometime in the next day or 2 or 3, right?
Correct.
So
July
we-
31st at 5 p.m.
We need to get people to that website. So
Yes.
can you talk a little bit more about the auction?
Absolutely. So it's going to be 32auctions.com/Depot Music Festival 2022. I know that's a lot. So if you go to our homepage of our website, after26project.org, then there will be a link to that. At the event, we also have QR codes, so you can scan that QR code. It'll pop it right up. So, 120 plus items, lots of fun stuff.
We will also put that direct link on our Cadillac
sure.
Unscripted Facebook page and the our other the Drive and CDY. Which, by the way, we've only got a few minutes left, and I know you want to talk about sponsors,
Yes.
but 107.9 CDY and 107.1 The Drive are very proud to be a co-sponsor of this event.
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. No, we definitely could not do it without our sponsors. And this year, like any year, we have so many. So just to touch on our gold level sponsors, we have DTE Energy Foundation, obviously 107.9 CDY, 107.1 The Drive, Cadillac News, Rotary Club of Cadillac, Tri-County Busing, Wexford Jewelers. We have Smith & Shepherd Certified Public Accountants, Rexair, Feckety Nags and Burr, our good friend Vicki Long, Vandry Home Furnishings, Phil and Jan Potvin, and Benton Baker. So those are our gold level sponsors. We also have 30 silver level sponsors, and we'll be giving shout outs throughout the day on stage. So
people are craving this kind of thing, Kelly. You know, it's that let's get together, and you can just, if you want to go shopping, fine. If you want to go eating, fine. If you just want to sit there with your chair and listen, fine. This is what it's all about, living in a small town, you know? Yeah. So we just want everybody to come and support After 26 and you, and thank you so much. Like you said, it's a lot of work. Hats off also to your board of directors.
Absolutely.
Stay with it, you guys.
One more thing I did want to cover. We do have a couple of minutes left. So once you cleared all your expenses, got all the expenses off the books last year, how much did you raise?
Oh, gracious. I believe it was right around $20,000.
Okay. That is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It is. And you know what? I think this year we can beat that. That online auction really has helped. Mm-hmm. But you know, this year with the generosity of the food trucks and the crafters, and I'm ecstatic. And usually Sunday I'm trying to figure it all out to get the bottom line and you know, make sure obviously all of our hard work does pay off.
And what gets them coming back is attendance. Lots and lots of people. Yes. So let's get everybody out to support After 26.
Yes. Happens between 3 and 9 today. And remember, it's not only music. There's crafts, there's things for the kids, there's food.
Rich,
so
there's
everything.
Not just food. There is pulled pork and
Primo's food.
Talk about it.
Yes.
So
that's right. That's and ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream?
I mean, the three major food groups right there. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, get on down to downtown Cadillac. It's going to be a great event today from 3 until 9. And Kelly, I look forward to seeing you on stage.
Absolutely.
All right. Join us next week. More local chat. Same time, same station. Cadillac Unscripted is sponsored by Independent Bank on 107.9 CDY.